Hi everybody and welcome to day 2 of December Daily. Today I am working on day 2. This is a quick look at my album. I have my reason why here, and then here is the story for yesterday, which you would have seen in a process video, and I'll make sure I link that video so you can see that if you haven't already. I'm not working on the back of this. This is a foundation page that I have already created. But I'm not working with this today, so that's just sat there. So really I could go with anything I wanted today. I could go with a pocket page, a different size of page format, because that is something I want to bring in here. I want to have some traveler's notebook sized pages, maybe even some 6x4s, that kind of thing. So different page sizes in the album. So really a choice for whatever I wanted to work with today. I am working with some prompts, so let me just get those. These are the prompts, so these were available in yesterday's video as a download, and also over on my Instagram, which is at Caroline's Creative Healing. They're completely free, and I've got a little hashtag here, hashtag mindful memory keeping. So these are prompts, 31 prompts for December presents, so really dropping in to some intentional reflection. I've set them up so that you can actually cut them out and put them into a bowl, so you can pick and just be gifted like an advent calendar. You're not too sure what's going to come. Yesterday I worked with In This Moment I Am Feeling, and today, because I'm just being flexible with myself, I'm actually going to go with a small joy I noticed. So this is this one here, and I am going to cut these out and put them into a bowl for myself. But I'm working with the small joy I noticed, and that is this giant photo that I've printed of my very old little old man cat sat on my husband's lap, covered up in my husband's big gigantic jumper, keeping him warm. Yeah, he's an old boy now. I'm not sure whether we're going to have him next Christmas and whether he'll still be with us. So I really want to bring him into the album and just give him a bit of love, give him a bit of December daily love. So that's the story. The small joy was just looking over and seeing the love that they were sharing together. I have got a 3x4 photo, or slightly smaller than that, printed as well. I've pulled in this Everyday Moments from Ali Edwards, and in fact I've decided to work with Ali Edwards' stash today. I didn't purchase the December Daily kit this year because I've got a lot of product to use up, so slight little bit of FOMO, but I'm working I'm pushing through it. So I have this card, Everyday Moments, potentially to pair with this as kind of on the back, which I could tuck into a pocket behind the page. I love interactive pages and I love pockets in December Daily, so that's something I could do. What I have pulled in is these acetate scalloped squares. I've got them here. I've got a lot of those left. I think they were from last year's December Daily kit from Ali Edwards, and I love the blue one because it really goes nicely with the colour scheme. You'll see here, although I've got Christmas decorations up in the house, I've also on this Welsh dresser still got some kind of fall, autumnal decor. So I was thinking of just putting that there with one of the acetate words. So I've pulled out This Year Would Work, Morning, Believe, not so much, Twinkle, but I'm thinking this was taken on the morning, you see, so it's either going to be the morning and the number of the day here, or more likely this year, because I'm really highlighting how old my little pussycat looks comparative to this time last year. I've pulled out this one that says This December Story, because that's just a much easier option. I could literally just do that, which, although it's very simple, I quite like, with the number as a puffy sticker here. And then alternatively, or what I could do, is glue this one down so it's actually glued, layer this one or one of them up with a brad so that it can turn, and actually write my story with a marker, permanent marker on this, because I haven't got a lot to say. It's really just about the love and being really blessed that he is still with us. And I I think I'm going to go with that option. I would like to put this photo in somewhere for context, but I'm not too sure how or where yet. So let me first test with my pen and see if that will work on here and take it from there. Okay, so that actually worked really, really well. It's stuck, it's written on there really nicely, no smudging. I've left this section free at the top because I have learned in the past that when I layer these up to turn them, I won't be able to read the top bit. So that's a little thing I have remembered this time, to leave that bit blank. I've just put one piece of red line tape at the back because I am going to be using a brad as well through these, so that will help hold this one in place. And I found a little star brad in my little ramekin of brads. I've got a few of these left, so I'm just going to bring that in because it'll, although do I want gold on there actually? I think I haven't got any gold stars. But I think a little gold one might actually be nicer because of the, I've got stars, but I've got gold. So I'm going to go with that. And then I do want to work with this year on the top. And I think I'm just going to staple it on. Check if there's any backing on these. I think I took the backing off them. Yep. How about the letters? Yep. So I think I'm just going to staple this on here, there, with a tiny attacher. I was toying with the idea of sewing it, but that's a bit of a faff to get all my threads out. But do I want to sew it, or do I want to staple it? I'm going to sew it. So I'm just going to go and find some embroidery floss, and I think I literally am just going to stab. I only need literally one stitch there just to hold it in place. So I think, yeah, that should be enough. That should be plenty. I just don't want to bring in the staples. I don't think I want something a little bit softer. So I'll get that stuck down in a second. That will go there, stitched on the top, able to spin. Super simple. Okay, so I have put a little bit of embroidery floss just through there so that that's stuck down. This is adhered to the back. Just going to punch a hole through there and then layer these up with this brad, which is quite small, but luckily doesn't fall through the hole. This will be stuck to the back of something. And then I need my number. And is it too, is it too simple? Is it too simple? If I thought it through, if I thought it through, I could have made space for maybe 3 that are just sat there. But I didn't think it through. I like that more, I think. That will work. Again, so many times when I've been filming these new style of videos, I really wish I could hear you. What have I got? I definitely want to go with the blue, but I'm not so keen on that one because it's the wrong blue. Maybe something like this instead. Let's have a look what I think of those. I don't want that one. Just thinking that with these I can put an embellishment on the top as well. I'm thinking that I like this one, the December Story, and how about this one with the number on? See if I've got a large gold 2 to go on there, because that would look good. I'd be happy with that. Right, I didn't have a big gold number 2, but I did have these gold triangles that can work as trees. I've deliberately stuck my red line tape there so that it's nice and secure. This is popped all the way through, but so it doesn't move backwards and forwards. Knowing that I'm going to cover that up. So my choices are either the gold tree, which is slightly irritating because you can still see a little bit of red line tape, but there we go. With maybe this one here and then a number on here, or a white tree, which I think I prefer, and then a white number 2 over there, and that's what I like. So I'm going to go with that. And I'm much happier with these row of pieces at the top. If I'd planned and thought this through, then I would have made all of them turn and I'd have had more space for journaling. But there we go. I didn't. Do I want that one or do I want the... No, I want the big one. Yeah, definitely the big one on there. And then either a slimline 2 or a big, well not big, a thicker 2. I've really missed getting the Ali Edwards advent calendar this year. I've treated myself to it last year. I think the thicker one. I think the thicker one. They'll easily lift up. The thicker one or the thin one? Thicker one. I've got more of those. Yeah, I've really missed getting that calendar for myself this year. I deliberately didn't buy stuff to see which ones I was really going to miss out on, and I've really missed having that advent calendar. I really have. So let's have a look. Is there anything small and blue I could put on there? I don't think there is. I was thinking of a word phrase sticker, but they are pretty much all in more traditional reds, greens, that kind of colour. Yeah, I've got them. See, next to that white, that looks almost pink. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's see what this looks like in the album. Okay, so here's what it looks like in the album. Those 3 squares with the centre one that turns. I took some photos for Instagram and walked away, and then the more I looked at the photos, the more unhappy I was with the page. I didn't like that there wasn't a frame to Fred's face, and the white of that one square on the left hand side didn't feel balanced with the blue of the other 2. So I decided to pull it apart and not start again so much, but keep going. And so what I'm going to do now is take you over to so this evening on day 2 with a slightly different page, but all completed and much happier with it. So it is still day 2 and I am back, because when I took photos of my page for the day for Instagram, I really wasn't happy with it. So I've changed it quite a lot. So I'm really sorry about the light. It's quite late here in the UK. Let me set the page up so you can see what it will look like when it's actually got a back to it, and that will be like this. So I'm a lot happier with it now. One of the things I've done, so let me talk you through what I've done. I have I lifted all of these 3, moved them up just a little bit. They were a little bit further down on the page originally, but then when I decided to add in this other row, it meant that the spacing wasn't quite right. So if I show you the back of this, you'll see I didn't move it up a lot, just a little bit. So I moved those up a little bit, added this other row. I moved this year further down. I've got more, this is another turner, so I've got more journaling here. What else have I done? Oh, so I've started filming some flip throughs of old albums. to scrap lift myself, and one of the things that I noticed in one of the albums was that I had titles on each of the pages, which I really liked. So I've gone through all of my alphas this afternoon. I've had a really good organise of all of those into colour, and I've put a little title here. And then that additional photo which I've had asked my husband to write on that card. This will tuck here, and that's what it will look like. And then when I have tomorrow's spread done, it will sit on the back of there and create a pocket for this. And I am so much happier with this page now. I'm really, really happy with it. I wasn't going to put this slit in and add that additional journaling in, but then the more I looked at it, because of this, if I'd have known what I was doing, I'd have probably orientated the photo slightly differently so that Fred's face was right in the middle of this border. But because he isn't, and I thought I'd give it a go and then I could just reprint it. So I thought I'll give this a go with this little pocket. Really like what it looks like, and there we are. So day 2, a tale of 2 layouts in the end. But the result is one that I'm really, really happy with. Really, really happy with. So thank you for watching the extended version of this video. If you watched it to the end, then you will have seen how the spread finally ended. As I said, I've been filming some flip throughs of albums. So I've got 2016, 17 and 18 filmed and ready to go. So I'll be sharing those here soon, as well as tomorrow I'll be sharing day 3. So see you then. Bye for now.